It's like the news, but for nerds. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. Nerdvengers, what is up? It is Josh, and this is your nerdy news rundown for Tuesday, May the 4th, 2021. And yes, indeed, it is Star Wars Day, and we will start there. The Bad Batch is officially streaming on Disney+. This was released at midnight Pacific Standard Time last night, and this is a big push for Star Wars all throughout the day, trying to get fans to get over there and check out the 70-plus minute episode of The Bad Batch. And I'll say for my part, I did wake up later than I intended to and definitely missed our watch party. Sorry about that, everybody.
Boo this man!
But I did enjoy the episode thoroughly. I thought it was awesome. It sets up a lot of cool intrigue for the rest of the show, establishes some awesome elements that we've been curious about as Star Wars fans for this time period during the sort of phase moving into the Empire. Overall, very, very cool. But that was really the only carrying piece of content out for Star Wars on May the 4th. Some people were expecting announcements of new games, of perhaps trailers for upcoming projects that we knew were coming out, or some kind of other surprise like that. And there was nothing really major announced today coming out of Star Wars other than our first look at the quote-unquote real lightsaber design that the Imagineers are working on over at Disney theme parks. And this was used to announce the Galactic Star Cruiser theme park element, which will be launching in 2022. This is going to be a one-of-a-kind immersive experience that will take Star Wars fans into a sort of cruise ship type experience where they will be on a big galactic cruiser that can then take them to Batuu or other places around the galaxy. Now, there are also a ton of awesome promotions out there for different retailers and different products and cool things that are going on in Star Wars. There's also a Simpsons short that was dropped on Disney+. So there's a lot of awesome stuff out there for Star Wars fans, but I would be lying if I told you I wasn't slightly disappointed that we didn't get more crazy announcements. Even last year on May the 4th, we got the announcement of the coming Acolyte show, even though they didn't really tell us what it was at the time. They also told us about Taika Waititi co-writing and directing a Star Wars movie, which is a pretty freaking big deal, but even that announcement seemed weird because we didn't have any clarity on what the coming Star Wars movies would be. It seems like this year they either didn't really have much to actually announce, or perhaps they're waiting and pushing announcements back for the later part of the year. Regardless, May the 4th is Star Wars Day. It's not necessarily all about new announcements, and I know many Star Wars fans might even be upset that I'm even talking about how I'm slightly disappointed in Lucasfilm not giving us more crazy stuff, but frankly, following a day when Marvel released a Back to the Theaters trailer, which captivated audiences all around the world, shot up the trending charts all over the internet, and then they end capped that night by a special look during an NBA game, all talking about the Loki show. It's just weird that we follow a day like that on an official Star Wars day, and as fans are not treated to anything close to what Marvel did on what is seemingly just a freaking Monday. But I know, of course, your mileage may vary there. In fact, I'm curious. Let me know, what did you make of all the announcements for May the 4th? Do you think everything was just perfect and getting the Bad Batch is totally enough and I'm being an unreasonable fanboy? Or are you like me and want more and you don't know why? You're not the Jedi you should be. Either way, let me know in the comment section below. But let's move into the top story of the day. And again, it's weird that this Marvel story is the top story of the day, but it was trending way more than anything Star Wars. It seemed to be something that people were talking about way more. And this would be all about Andrew Garfield continuing to lie about his role in Spider-Man 3. This comes from an interview with Josh Horowitz. And this clip, well, we're just going to roll it for you right here.
I don't know how to bring up the Spider-Man stuff. I don't even want to ruin anything if there is something to ruin, except to
there isn't anything to ruin. They might be doing something. I ain't got a call. So well,
that makes my life easier.
All right, so you can basically decide for yourself at how honest you think Andrew is being in that interview. But I will say, for my part here, I find it very hard to believe that both Tobey and Andrew will not be in this movie. It just seems weird at this point. And even Tom Holland's denials of these things have been getting really awkward. And I feel like the studios are putting all of these actors in a really awkward situation, because there's people like me on the internet that go out there and try to Sherlock Holmes this stuff. And I'm telling you right now, I have seen actual images from the film that definitely indicate that many of the things that we have been talking about with regards to rumors for the Spider-Man No Way Home film have been real. This includes a multiverse version of Norman Osborn, characters coming from these different places. I mean, Alfred Molina literally confirmed in an interview that he's not only going to be in the film, that Mark Webb told him nobody dies in this universe. You know what I mean? That it's right in your face, everybody. And it's just laughable that they have to continue to lie about these things. You know, he's even talking about the game of Werewolf, and it's just such a great example of what is happening. Now, why do I think that Spider-Man 3 just continues and continues to be such a popular story? I mean, this story shouldn't even be as popular as it is. We should all just be able to say, Andrew Garfield denies and lies about being in Spider-Man 3 again. Well, this is where it gets really weird, because for some reason, there seems to be a huge portion of fans out there that I think perhaps due to either just leaking culture in general or some of the things that happened with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where, you know, things were rumored and then cut from the projects. I think there is like a seriously large amount of people that want to just deny that these actors are even going to be in there. And some of them even want the movie just to be Tom Holland's movie, which I also think is equally unfair, because just because these actors are going to be in this movie does not mean that narratively it's not going to do Peter Parker justice, okay? So there's just a lot of weird stuff going on that continues to push stories about Spider-Man 3 to the front of the news page.
I want Spider-Man!
And just to clarify, I think Andrew Garfield is 100% lying. I think he's absolutely going to be in the movie. I think the photographs we saw of Tobey Maguire, beardless and in better shape recently, are another indication that he's going to be in that movie. I think it's possible that one or both of those Spider-Men are in more than one MCU movie, although I'm not so certain about that. I know for sure, or more or less for sure, that they will be in Spider-Man No Way Home. So there it is, a news story about Spider-Man No Way Home, and yet I'm telling you, I think he's lying. I think they're all in it. I think it's going to be dope. I think it's going to be wild. And I think it's going to set up some crazy multiverse stuff. But you let me know what you think about this story. Do you think Andrew Garfield is being honest? Do you think crazy people like me are way too hyped up about old rumors, leaks, and possibilities? And everybody's going to be massively disappointed when they go to see Spider-Man No Way Home and it's just Peter Parker, Tom Holland twiddling his freaking thumbs for 2 hours. You let me know what you think is going on in the comment section below. But that is it, your nerdy news rundown for Tuesday, May the 4th. I cannot believe we didn't have a Star Wars top story today on May the 4th, but it is what it is. Weird times we're living in. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I will see you in the next video.